Alright, welcome back to another Star Citizen news. It is a very interesting update, and guess what? 3 more days till Christmas, or in this case, we're gonna call it Luminalia 2951. Okay, so before we begin, like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow, and let's check out to what is Alpha 3.16. Is it the gospel patch for everyone? Alpha 3.16, right? Okay, and well, let's get on to it. Return to Jumptown. So it's a very interesting thing. So first thing is, alright, 3.16, Cutlass, okay, we don't care about this part. We care about the Jumptown trailer. That means we have improvement to Jumptown. And for those who do not know what Jumptown is, it's basically a drug dealing site, a very popular drug dealing site. I think it's the only one, if I'm not mistaken, because that's where everyone goes. And 2.0 basically gets a big, not say visual overhaul, it gets a new layout, it gets now an in-game event, which is fantastic, right? Dynamic event, Jumptown 2.0. So what do we get? Extended 3 job factories, 1 classic, 2 new are working overtime. Okay, be careful, alright, cool. If the job running out thing, you can take criminals up, right? Space lane, alright, we can learn about Jumptown 2.0. So that's one thing. Number 2 is, well, for every new patch, we might have a new ship. In this case, we got the Drake Cutlass Steel. And guess what? There's a little bit more surprise to just Drake Cutlass Steel. We're going to check it out later. And let's move on to the next part of the patch. We have Derelict Ship Puzzles. Fantastic. Love it. A big welcome, so that gives the, what you call this, gives more purpose to the game. No, it gives more point of interest, and in this case, I hope it pays well. I really do, it pays well, because that'll be so cool. And of course, there are more hazards and stuff, and that's great. So that's one good stuff. Graph rework. It is a welcoming rework. I hated my Dragonfly and Nox when it first came out because it flies like a ship but tries to stay on the ground, and when you get bumped up, it just goes whoop all the way to the sky into space and you're dead. Yeah, well, let's see how this graph rework do, because I really want to see it. And guess what? If you don't have a Dragonfly or a Nox, that's totally fine, because it's very cheap in game. And then let's move on to okay, I cannot pronounce this properly with the full sentence. I can say it's Atmo, but it's atmospheric bounties. Okay, that means instead of space, now we get Planetside pew pew bounties, which is fantastic. This is another good addition to what we already have, right? We have space bounties, and now we got Planetside bounties. I think it's awesome. I think it's super awesome. You know what'll be better? Hopefully down the line, you have to go, instead of getting bounties through your Mobi Glass, which is still good, I think that's the best way, but let's put it something like a bounty that first you have to go to Planetside, right? For example, land on Jumptown, talk to an NPC will update you with a new bounty, and then you need to fly out, and then as you fly out, the bounties will ambush you, and you get to pew pew, right? Or on the other end, it could be, oh, you know what, you receive a Planetside Planetside quest, and then as you go there, a bounty pop up, and then you have to pew pew it before you can access the whatever bunker or anything, right? That's one thing I would like to see in the future, and it's gonna be fantastic. Let's expand a little bit and see what they show. Alright, cool, nothing much, right? We've seen this picture, says nothing. Area 18 hospital is now open, so yay, more hospital, more fun. Law system improvement. I think this one, if you follow a little bit, they did change a little bit to the law system, where if you shoot someone, there is a grace period that they will not flag you as friendly fire, or yeah, they won't flag you. But if you keep shooting or continuously shoot, then you will get a crime stat, if I'm not mistaken. Right, lost in rework of the friendly fire system. Yep, cool. So yeah, that's great. So if you accidentally shoot someone's ship, usually you just straight away go crime stat 1 or crime stat 2. But in this case, you shoot a little bit. If you didn't continue to shoot for, I don't know, maybe damage, I don't know how they count, or per second, and yeah, it just decayed, and then over time you don't get anything. And then if you're a person who loves to friendly fire, right? Some guys likes to throw with friendly fire, then yeah, it's gonna be good for you. But at the same time, it's a bit more graceful. It's a bit more lenient to other players where, well, you know what, some people can't aim properly, like moi. Then yeah, it's quite forgiving. I like it. I like that change. Right, Dying Star update, which means we get a new and improved Arena Commander map, and that's great. Quite volumetric gas cloud. Yeah, I think it's a welcoming addition. Nice. And that's all I have for you for the update. But guess what? This is technically a big patch, right? 3.16 is technically a big patch. Anything with 3.x, it's a big patch. If it's 3.16.1, that's a small patch. And as always, every time with a big patch, we will have, well, in this case, we actually have a lot of ship sail. And it's fantastic, right? It is fantastic. We have a lot of ship sail. But before we go to the sail, we want to talk about Drake Cutlass Steel, and that's the main thing, right? The main, what you call this, poster child? No, this is the flavor of the patch. I'll call it flavor of the patch. So Drake Cutlass Steel. So now Drake has entered to the drop ship category, and I think it's fantastic. The only question is, how much does it cost to get a Drake Cutlass Steel? So let's check it out, right? So before we do any of these, not say speculation, I'm just gonna, before we read the stats, I can tell you straight away, it's gonna be as simple as this. Take Drake Cutlass Black, whatever firepower you have on the pilot will be there. Whatever shield and armor the Drake Cutlass Black has, most likely the Drake Cutlass Steel will have, which means compared to other dropships, it is paper thin, right? I'm not going to lie, it's going to be paper thin. However, they might buff up the shields, not say shield, but the shield head pool in general and the armor, hopefully, just a little bit more, so it won't be that paper thin compared to a Drake Cutlass Black, right? Drake Cutlass Black technically is still quite robust, so in this case, I think it's okay. We have to check about the price tag. And of course, from the get-go, we see some turrets and we see some side turrets, so that's great. That means we got more pew-pew, and as always, if it's a drop ship, we need seats. Yeah, I want to say jump seats, but we need seats. How many seats do we have? 3, 6. I'm going to say 3 on this side as well, so I'm going to say 24. 24 seats, so get into the fight, right? We have 2 entrance door, pew-pew, which is quite obvious. That's the reason why I always recommend the Drake Cutlass Black, because you really get a lot of ins and out, right? And that's good. Escape rooms to place big guns, and I think they really tease a little bit, right? Instead of having Drake Cutlass Steel, Drake Cutlass Black fill up with all this portable, I would say mounted machine guns. Yeah, look at that. I think this is bespoke, so you can't change it to laser. So that's a little bit boo-hoo-hoo. That from above, cool. So added to the new line. So now we have 4 variants, right? We have the black, red, blue, and the steel. And the steel looks good. It really does looks good. Yeah, we still have the turret, right? So that's great. So on one end, you don't lose any of the firepower compared to a Drake Cutlass Black in order to do troop transport. And I think that's fantastic. All right, so Explorer, Play, Pause, Cockpit, missiles. All right, we knew it had missiles. Armor, okay, mil-spec armor. So technically speaking, it should have better armor. That's great. Doors and mounted armament. Okay, that's good. Jump seats. All right, they call it jump seats. That's why. 18 jump seats. Okay, so it's 4, 3, 18. 5, 5, 3, 3 is 6 already, so it's 6, 6. Okay. My math just went bonkers. Pro spec size 2. Okay, so technically speaking, shield not much of a change, just glamorous. It's probably the armor, and that's it. Okay, that's it. Technical specs. So jumps is 18. All right, we already knew this. Mounted gun. All right, this is the extra. Remote turrets, cool. Manual turrets, good. All right, so everything is almost the same except for jump seat, and we have more mounted guns and remote turrets. This are already common in the Drake Cutlass Black. All right, jump seats, technically speaking, the Drake Cutlass Black is already a troop transport, just no seats, right? The only question is, why do you put seats? That I'm yet to explore. Get on drop standalone ships. So how much do we get for the Drake Cutlass Steel? It's 210 for Warborne and 235 for non-Warborne. So now this changed everything. The price tag changes a lot of things. Is it worth picking up twice the price compared to the Drake Cutlass Black, right? Same pilot armaments, that's for sure. Has a turret, that's for sure. The only thing it doesn't have is a remote turret and guns at the side. So that, in a sense, I think 210 might not be a good, not saying good price. Hard. It's a hard recommendation for me because I think Cutlass Black is just way better, right? Hear me out, right? This is how I'm going to put it. So if you get Drake Cutlass Black, right, you can fit people inside. The only question is, people who are standing versus jump seat, what are the cons? What are the cons for not having jump seat? That's the only thing that they need to answer. If they can answer, that'll be great. If not, I think the black is good because you don't need, honestly, you don't really need a remote turret at the back. You don't need armaments at the side, because what you can do is you can put, let's say 4 players, because 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5 players, because remote turret right now is no. 5 players, 2 at the side door, 1 at the back entrance. All of them carry rail guns instead. So that's way more powerful than, remote turrets and bullets, in my opinion. Because you're going to use the same amount of people to arm all 5 weapons anyway. So might as well just give them options. Rail guns, check. Missiles, check. Right? And as you land, your 5 players can actually, join the troop party and pew pew more. And in this case, if they are carrying heavier armaments or heavier hand weapons, again like the railgun and the missile launcher, yeah, that's black straight away, just wins. Hands. Hands. Okay, that sounds like hands. Ugh. I'm gonna say Drake Cutlass Black wins. Yeah, just wins. I try to be smart at the last sentence, but it failed. Epic fail. Yep. So that's how I put it. So ship packs, 5 ships, 4 ships for $550. Yeah, no, this is not. Unless it takes everything is lifetime insurance, then I think that's worth getting. If that, all right, cool. So yes, the $550 pack worth getting because all of them come with lifetime insurance. The Cutlass still a little bit tough because at $25 extra, you know what? I have better deals for you. Right, better deals. And if you have followed my CCU game, yeah, that we know we have better deals. Paints, again, normally I'll just ignore paints. They're just not worth getting. Because I tried to get the coal fire paint, right? It was fun for a while, but $4.50, you know what? Save it up, get better stuff, get a ship, get more ships. All right, so that's that. Of course, we have Warborne Upgrade as well, which is great. Warborne Upgrade helps us a lot because this will set you for more cheaper ships out there, and in this case you can get the Cutlass Black for not Cutlass Black, the Cutlass Steel for even cheaper than $210. Hear me out later, right? Hear me out later. We're gonna check it out. And then let's move on to Jumptown 2.0. Jumptown 2, it says like Jumptown 2, did I repeat town twice? Okay, so what do we have? Schedule, community produced, okay, cool. So previously there was a community that basically, it is a community inspired event whereby basically drug dealers will do their big cargo hauling, and then they'll employ mercenaries. Mercenaries will protect the drug haulers, and then at the same time, we get a faction where they say, hey, you know what? Drugs is bad in real life, and it should be bad in game as well. So they went and pew all of them, and it was fantastic because technically, do not do drugs, kids. Do not do drugs. I don't really recommend. In fact, I will say no to drugs. Now, so in the in-game event, doing widow runs are always actually the most profitable thing in Star Citizen in order to get your AUAC up, right? And in this case, yeah, it's a profitable route. It is a well-known route, and everyone just go in and pew pew, right? So of course we have a new Jumptown location, which is fantastic. I'll not say new location, new layout to the lab. Multiple points of, okay, cool, that's nothing much. Physicalized boxes, okay, cool, basically just grab all the drugs. And what else can we do? Right, dynamic event can be undertaken lawful or unlawful player. Mission itself play out the same regardless which part you take. To take the lawful part, you need to have a crime stat of 0, accept mission from the Crusader security. Drug boxes you collect and mission will need, okay, cool. So basically we are going to collect boxes. Okay, successfully, you will receive AUC. Okay, cool. If unlawful part, you must have a crime stat of any level. Okay, so basically you need one have crime stat, one without crime stat. On this path, contraband taken green hex soul of. Okay, cool. So what do you get? What do we get? All right, accept mission, cool, flight lab, get contraband, event schedule. So we are praying when it's, oh, cool. So we have a schedule for it to be run. So 6 hours for everything, except December 26, 48 hours. Unfortunately, Christmas is not available for me, so I can't participate. Boo. So I can participate somewhere around here. Actually, I can participate after Christmas. Definitely after Christmas. So December 30th all the way to January 14th. That's my thing. And if you look at it, it's the weekend. Definitely a weekend thing. Cool. Next, we have the Nine Tails Lockdown, which is great. Again, one of the big events we should take part of. Sweet. And the only downside is it has a very, very tight, only 2 times for you to play. So pick your battles. Pick your battles. And that's about it. That's about it. It didn't say give you any flair, because Xenotrite gives you flair. And I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say first, right? They should give you a flair to participate. Let it be a simple armor or a patch or whatever it is. I'll take it, right? It can be a very cheap cosmetic, because usually they give a cheap cosmetic by your profile gets a badge, right? That's about it. But you know what? It'd be cool if they give me an armor that cites either the lore or unlawful. I think that's great. I think that's great. And let's move on to the last part of the day, which is Celebrate Luminalia 2951. Today is the last day, so if you have not picked up any of this stuff, I recommend you to pick it up. And the best part is you can back claim all the way to 12 days of Luminalia. And that's fantastic, because we're going to talk a little bit about that. First thing first, we have a very interesting reveal, which is a consolidated Outland Graflev bike. And this thing, it's going to be cheap. It's going to be, well, I won't say great. It's going to be cheap. You should get it for them LTI tokens, and it's going to be the best. Trust me, it's going to be the best. The only question is, how much would it cost? Personally, alright, Dragonfly is about 35, 45. Okay, you know what? I'm going to give this guy 30. Okay, Dragonfly is 35. Nox is about $40. 40 or 45, I totally forgotten. I know the Cyclone is 55, so this guy cannot be more than 55, that's for sure. 45 sounds like a price to pay. I think 45 sounds like a good price, right? As much as no, you know what? I hate 45. 45 sounds too much. 35, right? 35 is the way to go. 35 to 40, because this is not a special skin. Yep, 35, right? I'm going to say 35. Hopefully it comes well. If it's 35, I'm going to at least scoop up 1 or 2. Definitely, no, 1 or 2. At least 2 to 3, right? Because it is good. Depends how much ships you want in your end fleet. So in my case, I got a lot of big ships that I want to get. So I'm definitely going to scoop up at least, you know what? I think at least 2. 2 to 3 should be just nice. Some people pick 5. Normally, I would say 5 if you're, you know, rich. Now, if you want to help out the game, don't mind, right? This is one of the things that I can recommend. But personally speaking, pick up 1, at least 1. The main reason is for you out there, not only you can get, well, for those who just started, yes, of course, discounted starter pack is your first goal to get. But in my opinion, sooner or later, you would like to have, what if I want more ships? In this case, when you have an LTI token, a cheap one, you will feel right at home and you'll feel safe, you'll feel happy. Not to say LTI is important, but for me, it's a requirement. So for me, every time I buy a ship, I always ask myself, do I have an LTI ship to upgrade to? If the answer is yes, I will get it. If the answer is no, then I will wait until the day I can get one. And then once I get one, and then of course we go to the anniversary sale, and then we chain CCU all of them, Warborne Upgrade, and get the ship that you want. And as explained in the last IAE, we can get the Carrack for like $300. That's super cheap, half price, right? Half price. All right. Anyway, that's CCU. So moving on, we have of course skins for the Caterpillar. We have a in-game knife, which is great. Wallpaper boo, flare boo, skins for the Aurora, fantastic. Sneak peek boo. Got skin for the Carrack, yay, Caterpillar, yay. Skin for the Mustang Alpha, yay. Wallpaper, boo, boo, and yay again. So we have some good in-game in-game items, and of course, well, skins, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. And the best part is, you don't need to buy this month. You can always buy towards the end of the month. Let's say if it's announced 1st of January, technically speaking, you have 30 days to consider. And in this case, I say it's great. If it's $30, I think it's a no-brainer, right? You can, for example, get a part-time job, right? For those who are not working, get a part-time job, done, boom, $30. Or you can just mow a lawn. There you go. 1 day of mowing lawn, get a ship. Fantastic, right? For those who are working, well, we all know that we have less time grinding, so we don't mind buying a little bit. Yeah, and at the same time, we got ship suckers like me. Every time I see ships, I'm like, yeah, I would like to have one of those. Okay, that's that. And last but not least, right, we have all the main thing that we have covered. Now we're going to cover the most important part. That's right. What ship is on sale for this 3.16? I'm going to call it 3.16 because it just sounds right. 3.16 patch. And let's get on to it. Dropships. There we go. So first thing first, we have Drake Cutlass Steel, $235. But compared to other dropship counterpart, Valkyrie, $375. Yikes. Prowler, $440. M2 Hercules, $520. So in this case, Drake Cutlass Steel is a steal. Personally speaking, right, if you really want a dropship that is cool, I will always recommend the Prowler. The Prowler is straight up cool factor. The only question about the Prowler is that its armament is not as great as the Valkyrie, a fully crewed Valkyrie. Armor might be a bit weaker than the Valkyrie. It can only carry troops, where the Valkyrie can carry a Cyclone at least. If I'm not mistaken, can it fit in a tank? I don't remember it can fit in a tank. Tough, right? But cool factor, Prowler wins hands down. But if you want more utility, sadly none of these ships is part of the list. M2 Hercules is super close. And guess what? It is the C2 Hercules, right? The C2 Hercules is $400. Yes, it's more expensive than the Valkyrie and the Drake Cutlass Steel, but the C2 Hercules can fit up to 2 tongs, and that is a game changer by itself. I can't say how much utility can a C2 brings. On top of that, if you don't want to bring tanks, that's totally fine. You can do cargo hauling. So not only you can do one part of the event or participate on an event, you can also do cargo hauling. So yeah, that's how I look at it. M2 is great, $520, but the trade-off for extra $120 versus a C2 for $400, yeah, C2 gets my pick. C2 really gets my pick. All right, moving on to air support. So we have the Vanguard Warden at $260, Redeemer at $325, A2 Hercules at $750. Do we have another one? Nope, no more. In my opinion, the Redeemer right now is the best choice for only one reason. And that is, let me go up here, because we don't want to lose the page. Because we have the Warborne ship still available for you. And there we go. The Aegis Redeemer. We still have it, and you can get it for as low as $275. That's right. Or it may be cheaper, because what you can do is you can chain upgrade, right? You buy the Drake Cutlass steel for Warborne and just upgrade to the Redeemer. Damn, bam, boom, done. And not just that, alright? If you've seen all my other videos about CCU, we got more stuff to save. We got the Enlist Spartan still available. We got the Aegis Redeemer still available. We still have the Crusader Ares still available, which we can chain upgrade to, and the Argo Rough. So in this case, actually you can save way more money for a cheaper price. And I think all of them are they can upgrade to each other. That means we can buy the Spartan, then upgrade to the not Ares, sorry, to the Rough first, because Rough is cheap, and then go to the Ares. And then after Ares, we can go to the Redeemer, which I'm going to do a quick PSA show later. This video is going to be a little bit long because of that, but I think it's good. Because we are fitting all the updates into one video. Okay, and in my opinion, let's say you don't get any of this. Yeah, no, Redeemer wins. No matter how I see it, Redeemer wins. The only time Vanguard Warden wins is that it has a size 5 weapon hardpoint that the pilot can control. In this case, yeah, air superiority gunship bomber. So in this case, not to say no recommendation, but I recommend the Redeemer. The Redeemer can actually take the role of a dropship, quote unquote, because there's 4 jump seats for you in the Redeemer that you can ride on. All right. Moving on, okay, so that's where I got it wrong. Dragonfly Black at $40, Nox at $45. So I totally forgot. Why did I say Dragonfly's always at 35? Like, that's the old Dragonfly price, all right? So that's my mistake. So in this case, the whatever hoverbike that's gonna be released, I'm gonna say it's gonna be around $50, $45 to $50. That's the store price, and then Warborne price most likely will be $40. Maybe if we are lucky, we get $35. Dragonfly Black price, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna plus $5 to it. It's definitely not gonna be 65, definitely not 75, definitely not 80, right? Definitely not any of this price. So ground vehicle, personally speaking, I don't recommend ground vehicles to buy with not in-game cash, with real cash. You can get it cheap with in-game, currency, because the exchange rate from USD, I'm going to use USD to AUEC, you are much better with ships versus vehicles, right? Because I think these vehicles are cheap. It's not even worth its price here if we do a direct conversion. I think that was a spreadsheet, somebody did it. Yeah, somebody did, and I found out, yeah, any of this is no good. The only thing I can recommend if you really want to buy with cash is the Enlist Spartan, because it's still available with Warborne price, $65. That's a good pick, but its armament is bullshit. The Nova tank is way better. And if you're going to get the Nova tank, then you need either the M2 Hercules, the A2 Hercules. In this case, I would say the C2 is the best sweet spot for it. And that's it. That's all I have for you. No recommendation for this, right? Really, no recommendation. Wait for the graph left bike, grab that instead, right? For ground vehicles, forget about this guy. Redeemer, right now you can get LTI, cheap, and dropships, personally speaking, you know what? If I really want to recommend, yes, the Drake Cutlass steel is a steal. And that's all I have for you. So before I end, we're gonna check a little bit about how much the price tag costs. So let's view. Okay, all right, so Spartan is, where are you? Okay, 60, right, $65, 60 to 80. That means we can do it. We can do it. Yes, we can. All right, I'm going to go all ships so we can check everything. So let's see, 65, fantastic. What is the lowest price that we? Oh, what is the? Oh yeah, no. Okay, yep. I don't know why we clicked that, but that's stupid. Okay, so it goes like this. Okay, so you grab any of these cheap ships down here. Hopefully it's the hover bike, and then you cross chassis upgrade. Where are you? Chassis, yep, Spartan. It's available, 80, and then after that you upgrade to the RAF, which is still good. So 125. Right, if you want to know, we can get it for 110, so that's $15 discount. Okay, I'm not going to click it in because that will make things a little bit tricky when I want to do this. Okay, go up, and we should have the, oh, okay, so Cutlass Steel. Oh yeah, no, that's right. So we get the Cutlass Steel as well. All right, so that means we can save money on the Cutlass Steel straight away with LTI some more. That's even better. Cutlass Steel, and then can we, yes, we can go to the Ares, either the Ion or the Inferno. Personally speaking, get either one of them if you want to, because we're gonna go up. Get this guy, and then can we go up? We can chain to the Redeemer. Win, so much win. And do we have anything else that we can chain upgrade to? Argo Raft. Oh yeah, no, we did Raft, we got the Steel, we got the Inferno, we got the Redeemer. So yeah, everything is there. Everything is there. That means you can get your Redeemer way cheaper if you're a bit late. That's still doable. Well, that's all I have for you for today. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's a bit long-winded. So before I go, like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow. And until then, I will see you in the verse, and I'm going to participate this. The only question is, should I live stream or should I not? Until then, see ya, my friends.